What is happening, family? What's going on? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or even the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to just take 1 hour of your time to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show. What you are doing is truly, I thank you. I appreciate that. The fact that you continue to motivate us to share great content. We are growing each and every day. We're growing in listenerships, viewerships, and subscribers. And I cannot thank you all enough. As always, I'm your guy, your friend, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful day. With a lot to tap in within this hour. Heads up, we always love to acknowledge this before the show. We drop new episodes 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays. You can see it scrolling down the screen below for those who are watching, or for those who are just listening. Look, we air new episodes Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel, The Arrington Gavin Show, as well as wherever you listen to podcasts, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, Spotify, Apple. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Also, you can listen to us on the radio airwaves with our friends over in the metro Atlanta area, WDJY 99.1 FM, Straight Talk, at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So we appreciate them with their long-standing support of the program. Also, I got to shout out GoatVerse TV Network, where you can find the Arrington Gavin Show. We've just joined the platform. We're very excited. It's a free app where you can download it on your if you are an Apple, if you have an iPhone, you can download it on your app on the App Store. Wow, I cannot get my words out today. You can download it on the App Store as well as on Google Play Store for you Android users out there. It is free. Again, no hidden fees, none of that stuff. It is a free app. You have some amazing content on there, like the Bare Naked Truth podcast. You also get to have visuals and red carpet clips of the Blendsville Award, which I happen to be receive the 2024 Best Podcast Award. I'm very honored about that. And so many other great platforms on that app. You can also download it. It's available on Roku and FYRE TV, Amazon FYRE. So look, so many more platforms, man. A broader audience, because as you know, Roku has access to over 1 million households. So please do me a favor, download GoatVerse TV app today. It is free. What are you waiting for, fools? Sorry to call y'all. I didn't mean to call you that. That was a bit much. I apologize. But it's free. My friend is funny. My homies will call me something else. I'll try not to. I won't say it, but they basically say I'm cheap. I say I'm just being cost efficient. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta save. You gotta spend smart and make sure you gotta treat your money wisely, spend your money wisely. And also treat it wisely too. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to tap into on today's show. Yes. So again, thank you so much, family, for supporting us, supporting the platform. Look, there's so many ways you can follow us outside of the show. Of course, you can follow us on our social media platforms at the Arrington Gavin Show. We're available on Instagram, so please follow us on there, and also Blue Sky, all right, X, as well as Substack. So there's multiple platforms you can check us out on. So again, if we don't have the opportunity or the time to talk about it here on the show, then we share it outside of the program. So look, we have some exclusive clips that we drop, some shorts. So again, we have some great content heading your way, and also just amazing guests, man. I get to sit down with prolific and influential individuals from all walks of the aisle. Look, when it comes to the political scene, I've spoken with local elected leaders. When it comes to school board members, council members, what else? State senators, candidates, presidential candidates. I mean, for crying out loud, folks on the right and the left and in the middle. So we have those conversations here. I also speak with, everyday folks, small business owners with amazing stories, entertainers, you name it. If you know somebody with an amazing story, please contact us. You can DM us through our show at the Arrington Gavin Show. Please send me a DM, and we truly appreciate that because we want to keep this momentum going. You know what I mean? All right. So look, before we move forward, we do have to put out our fun fact of the day. Tradition we love to do here on the program, just to kind of get the juices flowing. Kind of a good old warm up. Look, my friends, did you know that honey never spoils? Yep. Out of all the items in the pantry, in the refrigerator, there's only one thing that just never spoils, and that is honey. It says here that archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are still edible. Now they're gonna have to pay me to try a little bit because it's so old, but I mean that is pretty damn impressive. That's interesting. That is interesting. So that is, my friend, your fun fact of the day. You're welcome. And before we move forward, I do want to shout out some of our amazing supporters of the program, like our friends over at Hybrid Productions. That's right. Looking to bring your story to life? At Hybrid Productions, they don't just create videos, they craft experiences. Whether it's commercials, music videos, documentaries, or corporate content, your vision is their masterpiece. With cutting-edge technology and creative team that pushes boundaries and a passion for storytelling, they take your ideas to the next level. From concept to final cut, they deliver results that captivate and inspire. Ready to make that impact? Then come on, collaborate with them. Visit them by going to their social media platform, Hybrid Productions with a Z, or you can visit them on their website, hybridproductionswithaz.com. And look, again, I have worked with Hybrid Productions for many projects, man. As you know, I have a program that I drop on a monthly basis on our YouTube channel called Arrington's Most Interesting People, and it's an awesome opportunity because I really have that commercial free sit down convo, no interruptions, just with folks in the world of finance, the world of music, the world of entertainment, the world of professional wrestling, the world of culinary. We talk with everybody because, again, this world is surrounded with so many interesting people. Ignore what you see on your news when you hear about all the evilness that occurs, because we have that exists, but we have so many amazing folks too. So look, please do me a favor, go to our YouTube channel right now, subscribe if you haven't, hit the like button, and look, go ahead and check out some of our past episodes because we continue to do them on a monthly basis. I think we are on let me see, we've had about 3 so far. I had some conversations with some amazing folks. So please do check that out. And I say all that to say Hybrid Productions is the way to go. I've worked with them on numerous projects. Okay. I started my first podcast using Hybrid Productions. They are the truth. So please contact them today if you can. All right, my friends. Look, we're going to have a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. We have a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not change that dial. You're tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's up, y'all? Welcome now.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me tell you something. First of all, your boy need a haircut. For those who are watching, I apologize. The fact that I look so rough and tough at the moment. It's been a very busy couple weeks. And you know, for those who are listening, you are so lucky because your boy, yeah, look, the hair, the way, yeah, it's a lot right now. I apologize. But let's get it going with our show. So first up on the chopping block. All right. This story occurred pretty recent out in South Carolina. It says here, this is reported by the Associated Press. 3 councilmen in South Carolina's third largest city charged in bribery and kickback scheme. Shocker. All right. What kills me, y'all. And again, I don't know how many times I have to speak it, but I'm gonna keep on sharing it because this crap exists in our society. You elect folks on a local level to be a servant for the community, right? To look out for the people. Yet they think it's all about personal gain. It's all about thinking about themselves and avoiding what folks that got them in that position, right? Because see, they wine you and dine you, all this publicity and attack ass and this and oh yeah, yes, hello, how are you? Kissing babies and whatnot. I mean, it sickens me that this exists, and it's not even the fact that it's a small amount. And look, it might be bump that. I'm not even gonna say it's a small amount because I feel as though on a monthly basis we are tuning into I feel like we are tuning into folks who literally is like, okay, council member doing this, mayor doing that, Congress doing congressional what am I saying, congressional officer, congressman or congresswoman getting themselves into trouble doing this, U.S. senator. I mean, it's on and on and on and on and on, and it's just like it gets tiring, man. But it really it breaks your heart because you spend money on folks' campaign, you donate money to them in their pockets, and yet even when there's no election, they're still continuing to say, hey, look, please donate. In order for us to keep on fighting, we need money. And look, I am not trying to, have folks pick a fight with your elected officials because the majority of them are really doing amazing jobs. I'm friends with a lot of them on both sides of the aisle. I know them personally. They are doing an amazing job. And guess what? When they ask, they need a little bit, for this and that. I'm like, no, I'll be more than willing to assist. But please, look, I'm gonna keep your foot to the fire now because you have to, if in order to ask the community to continue to donate to their campaign or donate to their cause, you have to show us what's going in with our funds, right? What if I give you this money? What is it in for us? Where we don't see any return as far as, okay, you ran on this, you ran on that, yet we haven't seen that yet. All right, let me go ahead and play you this soundbite from the Post and Courier. Acting U.S. Attorney for South Carolina, Brooke Andrews. Let me play you just a soundbite about this story in South Carolina.
Together, we're here to announce that the U.S. Attorney's Office has charged 3 members of the North Charleston City Council, 5 of their associates, following a 12-month-long corruption investigation. The defendants face multiple felony counts, including bribery, extortion, wire fraud, and money laundering. Participants included council members John Hayward from District 5, Mike A. Brown from District 1, and Sandino Moses from District 3. The defendants also include certain council members' associates, including Tory Fields, Aaron Hicks, Donovan Moten, Rose Lorenzo, and Michelle Stent Hilton. 4 of the defendants, Hayward, Moses, Hicks, and Moten, have agreed to plead guilty and are scheduled to enter their guilty pleas in federal court Friday morning. The others will be arraigned with a date to follow later in March.
I mean, it truly is a shame. Let me go ahead and read more of this in content. So those 3 names that he mentioned, for those who are having a problem listening to that sound bite, because I know it was a bit choppy. Councilman Jerome Hayward, Councilman Sandino Moses and Councilman Mike A. Brown, both who serve in the North Charleston City Council, which Charleston, South Carolina, yes, is a very prominent part of South Carolina, big, huge, lucrative city in the state of South Carolina. It says here that Hayward, all right, took a $40,000 kickback from two nonprofit organizations in return for steering to them part of 1.3 million grant to fight gun violence in Charleston. Hayward and Brown were part of the scheme by a boat maker to rezone land and on the Ashley River in North Charleston that was once a hospital, and before that, fertilizer plant to sell to a boat manufacturer. The company offered to build a park, but also wanted to plant on the site. Says here, let's see. The councilman accepted bribes to try to get the rezoning passed. By the time the FBI was listening to Hayward's call, Moses says here also took money to support the rezoning. Hayward is charged with extortion. Moses, yada yada yada. All right. What about some of the others? Okay, the city alone holds 125,000 folks. The mayor thanked the FBI and state investigators for their work to make sure residents remained certain with their city government. Now, here's my thing. Don't you think the city mayor is probably feeling a little anxious? The fact that this occurred under, and really, I'll take it like this. Well, yes, the mayor is the leader of the flock, right? Like the chairman or chairwoman. This occurring, doesn't that make you look pretty shiesty? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But it's so it's unfortunate. Now I'll say this, and this is not to vouch for anybody that serves in local or state or federal office that it's okay to take briberies. I will say this: local officials, their wages are not enough to live on their own, right? It's not enough to live a lavish lifestyle, because local leaders, even on like maybe even state leaders, they don't get paid a lot. But, and you're probably like, Angela, what are you trying to go with? I'm saying okay, keep that in mind. Now, the amount of work that it takes, the amount of stress that it does to be a politician, right? A local leader, it's a lot. But, and keep those two things in mind now. They signed up what they knew what they were signing up for. All right. And on top of that, you are a servant for the community. A lot of the stuff is really nonprofit work, in my opinion, right? You have folks that have done amazing things in their community that doesn't receive a dime, nor do they ask for a dime, but they're in well-deserved of that money. What I'm saying is, guys, does greed grow, the longer you are in, a politician, or is it most of the time just, okay, these folks are already greedy to begin with, and then they just know the fact that when they get this position, they have access. They have all the clear access to do whatever they want to do. Just think on that. Just think on that, because I'm still going to criticize the hell out of them, because what they did was absolutely wrong, and it should never be done. I just always love to, bring in another thought process to the discussion, because this is a normal thing. It's not foreign when we hear about politicians, charged on bribery and this and that and the other. Like, that's what kills me when folks even attempt to do it. Because I'm like, everybody's watching you. Eyes are always going to be on you. Your phone's always going to be tapped. Like, what are you thinking? Oh my goodness gracious. But hey, Greed at its finest. Typical. Greedy. Let's digress, and I want to move it on to this next story, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Another ridiculous act. So Governor Gavin Newsome out of California, the California governor, Democratic governor, announces he has a new podcast that he's launching. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can play you a little bit of the preview of him sharing the news of that podcast.
We need to change the conversation. And that's why I'm launching a new podcast. And this is going to be anything but the ordinary politician podcast. I'm going to be talking to people directly that I disagree with, as well as people I look up to. But more important than anything else, I'll be talking directly with you, the listener. Real conversations. What's going on with the cost of eggs? What are the impacts?
So that's just a little bit of the preview for his podcast. And it's called, let me see, the name of it is called This is Gavin Newsome. All right, I'll say it again. This is Gavin Newsome. Now, here's my frustration with this whole thing, because I personally think it's a bad look. Now, in the past, there's been elected officials having their own programs. Usually they might have like a weekly 1 hour call in on radio, on the radio station. This was before the podcast scene. We've seen let's see. We've seen elected officials with their maybe like a live TV show even. I mean, they get their taste in media, right? Obviously they do a lot of media involvement through news platforms, right? When they're getting interviewed and this and that and the other, and they're talking with such and such. I mean, that comes with the job, is having great media presence. But my thing is, everything that's happening in California, right? Like this is not like a podcast that is supposed to shine a light on California to do this and that. Like, he's saying he wants to have conversations with all people, right? It's a typical, it's a podcast, right? And I'm not, hey, from a fellow podcast to another, hey, congrats, right? Welcome to the family. But for the position that you have, I feel as though it's bad timing and very poor publicity for me, in my opinion, because California is still trying to recover from the horrible wildfires that occurred in Los Angeles. They're still dealing with the homelessness in there, the cost of living. Like, stuff is really not so up, all, roses in California. And hey, I'm not like anti Newsome. I think he's a very sharp individual. I think he's probably one of, a number of contenders possibly to keep the motivation in the Democratic Party. I mean, I'm just saying that in general, as far as some of their other contenders, like, hey, he could be a contender. Why? Because he's never scared to go face to face with the opposing person in the aisle. Like, he's gone to Fox News many times to debate Republican officials, right? So he's never scared for a challenge. He got a lot of heat. He got a lot of backlash. I mean, obviously COVID, he received a lot, but again, being in charge of California is never going to be an easy position in general. But I just I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's a good idea to even start this. It started when you're finished with your term, because if I'm not mistaken, this will be his last term. And so, do it afterwards. Don't do it while. I personally, I don't care for it. I don't even like it when, because Ted Cruz, Texas U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, I believe, has his own show. Again, not a fan of elected officials really having their own show. Now, I can correct myself. I can see the idea of saying, well, look, how else could we stay in tune? What's another tool? What's another resource for us to stay in tune with our constituents, right? Keep them up to speed of what's going on in the area and this and that and the other. That I get, right? We have elected officials here in my hometown in Hampton Roads, Virginia, that will do like a weekly live on social media or on Facebook, just keeping folks updated of what is occurring in the Hampton Roads area. To me, that's needed. But don't do a podcast to just talk about world issues and oh, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? And just to have just to have a good laugh and all that good. Like, I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about that. And me personally, if I was a Democratic strategist or at least a part of the Democratic a party or committee, I would talk with me like, look, maybe you should try this once you're finished and not during, because right now the Democratic Party's in a rebuilding stage. They're trying to do whatever they can to really work on their messaging and earn the respect from constituents that is, obviously Democratic voters that are just had it right now with the Democrats in leadership positions, especially in the California area. Let me read this. This is a report about Politico. It says here that the California governor will mix it up with MAGA personalities, open his vast Rolodex for frank conversations with Democrats about how to come back from the wilderness and break news on consensual policy decisions. Okay, the solo venture from a likely presidential aspirant comes as Democratic right large struggles to keep pace the onslaught of actions from President Donald Trump and Republicans. Now, leaders from across the minority party are casting about for a compelling message while trying to break through in increasing siloed media and government. The podcast space, with its proliferation of Trump-friendly personalities, has proven especially challenging for Democrats. Now, look, when I think of folks on the right with any form of social media or any form of shows that are currently elected officials, the only person I can think of right now is, well, actually three, because you had U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. I mentioned him at the time. You had Congressman Matt Gaetz. He had a podcast. Now, obviously, he's out of Congress and he's doing his own thing on. He has his own like primetime show on a network, on a far right wing network. Marjorie Taylor Greene had a podcast. I think those are the only names that I can think of on the right. Now, I know here in Virginia, we have a delegate, not nowhere near representing the close here in the Hampton Roads area, but his name is Nick Fuentes, I believe it's called. One of his co-hosts actually from his successful podcast was on here, but yeah, he's had a program podcast for a while, for a good minute, and like I said, it's successful. I believe it hit over like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, so it's doing quite well. Now, again, doesn't mean I have to agree with them. Now, I get it. Officials have lives outside of politics, and some constituents might look at that as like, oh, I love the fact that he is very open to do these to have these conversations. Again, I'm just giving you my honest opinion on it, right? We're living in a time right now that is very impatient, and and so I just personally think that they should maybe rethink this. Don't like just wipe it out, but just keep it on the side and just wait. Again, it's all about timing. Says here that the Bill Maher inspired program, This Is Gavin Newsome, will be introduced by iHeart Podcast. With Newsome already appears on the sport and culture show Politicking alongside friends Marshawn Lynch, the former NFL star running back, and the agent Doug Hendrickson. Newsome said he eponymous interview. Interview format would allow him to focus far more extensively on politics. Okay. Let's see. Newsome is the first politician to have his own. He's not the first politician to have its own podcast platform, but in an interview with Political Tuesday, he pointed the aspects he believes is different from his typical gab fest. I don't know. Obviously a lot of folks on the right, this is added ammunition for them to brag about this and say, oh my gosh, look at him, he has this and has that. And I mean, hey, for one, he's the governor of California, right? Hollywood, baby. You know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? Man has a great head full of hair. He's always ready for a photo op. He's always camera ready and all that stuff. I mean, this is up his alley. But we will continue to see the success of this. Hopefully, it might be a boost for the Democratic Party, depending on the success of this podcast. We will see. We live in a very digital sphere now, a digital space. So we will see. My friends, let's go ahead on, and we're gonna take another commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more in store for you here on the program. You are tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Look, next up on the lineup here, y'all boy, let me tell you something about y'all boy Eric Adams out of New York City. Let me tell you something about your boy Eric Adams out of New York City. Let me tell you something about y'all. Okay, I'm playing with y'all. Look, Eric Adams continues to get caught up in some wow moments. Obviously, it was huge where he was charged on slight bribery in a bribery case involving him receiving gifts from foreign officials or foreign leaders and companies. And the interesting thing is, everybody, a part of his squad, a part of his team, second in command, either resigned, was charged, and is looking like they're gonna receive some consequences. All of them has been receiving that L, right? Except for the mayor, except for Mayor Eric Adams. Here's the thing. Eric Adams, I guess to him, he's unstoppable because he just fought off this, this big case that really could have cost him his career. But he's responding very bitter towards critics, right? There's literally, you have the governor contemplating on like removing him from mayor, forcefully resigning him. And it was to the point where like Al Sharpton had a meeting with Kathy Hochul, who's the current governor in New York, and she left out there saying, all right, he's gonna have another chance with this and stuff. And I'm just like, what is going on in New York at the moment, man? So check this out. This is a video where he was on what's that show called, Fox and Friends, along with Trump's border czar, what is his name, Tom Homan, and him and the mayor was on Fox and Friends. And just if you see look at the personalities, right? Look at the, I can't get my words out today. Look on his eye contact, him laughing, and the other guy like it looks interesting. It looks very interesting. Let me go ahead and play you this soundbite. So stay tight with me real quick as I pull up that for you all. I have a few sound bites I'm actually going to be sharing with you all. That's in regards to New York Mayor, Democratic New York Mayor Eric Adams.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt, saying, "Where the hell is the agreement we came to?" So,
I want ICE to deliver, and I want ICE to deliver. We're going to deliver for the safety of the people of this city.
Let's be, and he doesn't.
So, the body language is what I was trying to get out. The whole. Like, when you overly laugh like that, it's almost like, okay, please stop kissing up, like chill, it's not, it wasn't that funny. And the man's like, I'm serious. Like, yeah, it's not that funny. And so you see him acting like this, and then here's another soundbite I want to share with the listeners and viewers out there, because again, after he's cleared, charges were dropped, he's now saying, okay, I can say whatever I want now. Bump that, I'm going to say whatever I want. And why? Where is this coming from? Because this was not like him while he was obviously running for office. Where did the mood change come into play? So let me go ahead and share this video of New York City Mayor Eric Adams delivering a message to people calling him to step down, calling them basically stupid Negroes, right? And I'm just like, whoa, he really feeling himself right now. He is really feeling himself right now. So look, let me go ahead and share that clip for you, and then I have a reaction video that's really hilarious because he's going viral, being very bold and whatnot. Folks are like, oh, that's how you want to be. So let me go ahead and play this real quick.
This is a biblical moment. When Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God, forgive them. Are you stupid? I'm running my race right now. So this is a biblical moment. When Jesus was on the cross, he said.
So again, maybe some constituents like to see that passion out of their politicians, which I can say most do. I mean, look who we have in the presidential, in the White House, right? Talk about, using vulgar or being, showing that passion, right? But that's more of like an person that's been agitated. That response right there is from a person I think that's been more agitated than wanting to say, look, I can understand folks are frustrated of my, this is all, this is a witch hunt trying to get me out, but I'm still here, this and that and the other. And it's funny because he then went on the local news in New York on Good Day New York. And what is his name? I'm forgetting the reporter that had interviewed him, but he is a familiar face that's usually on NFL post pregame shows. Damn, what is his name? That's gonna kill me. No, I'm gonna get this. Hold on. Hold up. They are really not going to share. Kurt Menefee. Kurt Menefee was not playing. Now, let me go ahead and share you this clip right here. And I thought it was powerful because at the end of the day, Kurt was doing his job. And he's trying to correct him too, because he's like, look here, brother. Like, I might have voted for you. I want to see you win. I want to see us win. But you being a bit comfortable up there, you getting a little too comfortable. I mean, you already got caught up. That was not looking really nice for you. And here's what he had to say in this interview.
Mayoral campaign that's about to kick off. The petition started yesterday. I want to get back to an event you had at the Gracie Mansion last night, where you spoke about Black History Month, and in it you said, quote, all these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God forgive them. Are you implying that if you're Black, you have to support you?
No, not at all. I'm asking for all New Yorkers to support me.
So who are you specifically talking to when you say Negroes?
Well, who has stepped down? Who has asked me to step down? If you look at that whole speech, the speech talked about the continuation of lighting your flame and continue to light and shine. And that's what we've done in this administration with our team. So those who have called for me to allow my flame prematurely be extinguished, that's who I'm talking about.
So you're saying all New Yorkers are Negroes?
I thought I was very clear in my definition of what I said. All New Yorkers, we got 8.3 million New Yorkers, 8.3 million people didn't call for me to step down. I get just the opposite when I'm in the streets.
So anybody who's Black who calls for you to step down, they need help from God. I'm focusing on this because your use of the word Negro has come up repeatedly over the last couple of weeks. And I think some people actually have an issue with that term. So explain who you're talking to when you use that term specifically.
I didn't say they need help from God. I said
give them.
Exactly. Let's pray for them. And so let's focus on this for a moment. Isn't our democracy is based on who the people of the city elect? Why are we trying to disrupt and take the power away from the people of the city who elected me to be the mayor? And then ask the question, what have I done that we're going to usurp that power from the people? I have not been convicted of a crime. I've moved the city forward. I've done the job that New York has asked me to do. And so when you have those that are trying to usurp the power of the voting rights of the people, that is not democracy, and God forgive them.
Okay, when you take a look at it, then you look at the polls right now, the latest mayoral campaign that's about to kick off, the petition started yesterday.
So, can we just have a moment to clap it up for Kurt Menefee? Because see, we always knew him in sports as just the guy that's, one of the reporters or anchors on the desk during the pre and post game and halftime show. Kurt just he is that man is on local. That is a local news anchor. Now, mine is a huge market in New York City. That's the mecca when it comes to all local outlets because you might as well be on a regular network. But still, that is when you talk about keeping a politician's foot to the fire. I could care less if you're the leader of this city. I'm trying to understand, okay, for one, the fool called them that during an event for Black History Month. So like he said, who you calling Negroes? Because if you weren't addressing strictly Black people, are you addressing everybody that is against you is a Negro? Yeah. It was and then he kind of got rebuttal like, come on, I made it very clear. I made it very clear. Man, give me a listen. Obviously, we're watching his legacy just tarnish in front of our very eyes because that's why they've already done, and I've spoken about it here on this program. They're already doing polls now on if they had to choose right now on their next mayor, this is how many will want him either back, or this is how many will want contenders, possibly like a Andrew Cuomo, who is the former governor of the state of New York, who said, look, I'm thinking of entering into that race. You got Curtis Silwa, who is a local really iconic voice on talk radio in New York City. He was a Republican nominee who was at the time going against Eric Adams. I think at the heat of the moment, it was, and it's sad to say, but I think it was more on the lines of, okay, a Black mayor, New York City. This is good right now for New York. Blase. But he is not delivering. He gets himself caught up in these looking like a fool moments, and this was clear as day a fool moment for him. And especially if you got an election coming up, man, good luck. Good luck. See, once again, folks, you can't let your emotions come out all the time when it comes to off, especially when you're just you just literally won a big court case that really could have been your ass. Excuse my French, but don't come up here feeling so cocky, so confident, and then thinking like nobody was going to question you for those comments that you said. Like, dude, for the networks that are struggling right now, please, Kurt Menefee, you need to give him a boatload of money. That was, again, kudos to Kurt. Oh my goodness, let me digress from this. What do we have next on the line? Let's see here. Are we still in politics? I think I might say let me go ahead and share this story. I don't know if y'all recall the FYRE Fest. Do y'all remember the FYRE Fest? That iconic documentary and festival that festival that went all into hell. Like, really, it was known for being a hellhole for a lot of folks. Let me go ahead and bring up a visual for you all, for those who let's see here. By the way, I like it when everybody's like calling me at this point. I'm just like, dude, I cannot talk right now. Jeez, give me a minute. Okay, so this report by The Guardian, it says here, alarms raised over legitimacy of the FYRE Festival 2, an event that does not exist. Says here, tourism and local officials in Mexico denied any knowledge of proposed follow-up to the distraught 2017 event. Says here, when tickets to the second FYRE Fest went on sale in recent weeks, there was just one concrete detail. It would take place on Isla, I cannot pronounce that, but it's a tropical island off of Cancun, Mexico. But the festival seems to be repeating its own history as an improvisation as an improvised disaster after the local government on that island denied knowing anything about it. Now, I'm reading a quote here from the tourism director. Says here, we have no knowledge of this event nor contact with any person or company about it. For us, this is an event that does not exist. Now, the first FYRE festival, just to kind of bring it back to your mind, bring it back to memory. The first edition of the FYRE Festival was in 2017, made headlines after guests arrived only to find their luxury experience was all a sham. Yeah, that's right. With inadequate accommodations, a lack of organization, and music acts pulling out. It was later referred to as closer to the Hunger Games than Coachella. Yikes. Yikes. All right. Its founder, Billy McFarland, described by Vanity Fair as the poster boy for millennial scamming, was convicted of fraud, sentenced to 6 years in prison. He later released after less than 4 years. And New York court also awarded $7,220 each to 277 attendees. But earlier during the week, McFarland appeared on a TV to announce a kind of a comeback. He said, FYRE 2 is real. He told the Today Show, my dream is finally becoming a reality. Now, I think Bill needs some help. If I can be blunt here, I think your boy needs some help. Because for one, you're already crazy enough to do the same idea that basically got you put in prison. Two, you come out on national television and say that it's happening. Three, the place that you say it's going to happen, everybody's like, I don't know anything what he's talking about. So you're kind of getting caught up again. Now, for those who booked this guy to come on the Today Show and all these, y'all just as crazy as him, in my opinion, because I would not entertain the idea to have this guy on, because once a scam, always a scammer, in my opinion. Says here on its website, FYRE was selling tickets for between $1,400 from $1,400 to about 1.1 million, with vague promises of luxury yachts, soon to be conformed headline acts, and priceless experiences that could include diving with whale sharks, mixology sessions, and more credible survivalist challenges. And let me tell you something. Like I mentioned before, once a scammer, always a scammer. We will continue to follow up, because I'm trying to see if tickets are going on sale now, right? For one, any of y'all that's thinking of buying these tickets, please don't. If you graduate from Common Sense University, I would not suggest buying tickets to this thing. And then on top of that, if the actual location is saying they don't know anything about it, like, what are we doing, y'all? What are we doing? What is it with these festivals nowadays, man? I mean, it's just, I don't understand. I do not understand, y'all. People need Jesus. That's all I can say. People need Jesus. But we will continue to follow up more on this in later on. We'll probably talk a little more on social media too about that. So yeah, the infamous event that happened in the Bahamas. Now he's moving it to Mexico, thinking, hey, look, they will let me do it over here, right? Like, dude, just give it up. And see, the thing is, being that he's a convicted felon that actually served time, he's probably having struggles trying to start a venture or even find work, because who wants to work with a guy that was in charge of one of the biggest scams in festival history. Who wants to be a part of that? Right? So yeah, we will continue to follow up more with this. But as I mentioned before, tickets ranging at, it looks like at the minimum of $1,400 to $1.1 million. That's damn ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Shoot. You know me. What was I talking earlier during the show? I'm a cost efficient kind of guy. All right. I need to see what's in it for me, right? What am I spending this money on? Because that is a lot of money right there. My friends, let me see. Do I have any more time to share? I don't think I do, but look, while we're coming to a close, I do want to acknowledge y'all. As I mentioned before, the Arrington Gavin Show is growing. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Download the GOATverse TV app today, right now. As you're listening to this, go ahead and download the GOATverse TV app. You're going to see some amazing content on there. It's available on the App Store for all you iPhone users, available on the Android and Google Play Store for all you Android users out there. And I just want to read some of the content that you'll be getting a taste of if you download this amazing app. By the way, it is Black owned. Hello. That's what I'm talking about. You got, let's see here. You got Goat Talk Live, which is an amazing hip hop debate show. You have Page Turner Plus. You got the Blendsville Awards. As I mentioned, you got Blendsville Radio. You got video game clips. You got the Bare Naked Truth podcast. You also have Goat Bars and Verses. You got the Hurt Bros podcast. You got Jazz Skizzles. You have amazing music videos from independent artists in multiple genres. I mean, it's so much great stuff you got there, man. And of course, you got yours truly, the Arrington Gavin Show up there, lock and loaded, ready to give you some great content. So, as always, my friends, y'all, peace and blessings. I will see you all soon, and very soon. And I hope that you all just continue to just do great things. Treat everybody, with respect, the way you want to be treated. Obviously, be kind to one another. Stay safe out there. Stay motivated. Stay hungry. And I will see you again on a next episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune into the program, available on YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, as well as on the radio airwaves of WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk in the Metro Atlanta area. And then also, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, GOATverse TV app. Download it now. It's free. What are you waiting for, fool? Get it right now. Get it right now. All right. I'll talk to y'all next time, my friends. Peace and blessings. Y'all take care. I'm out.